Did you know you can advertise on podcasts?
Don't act like you're not impressed.
Find out more at podvertise.com.au. That's podvertise with an s.com.au. Ozcast.
Fortunately for them, their DJ neighbour, Matt Burgess, couldn't sleep.
My nine, Jared Walsh, lovely bloke. He's been around for ages.
Oh, mate. Jared, I love him. He's a great guy.
And world tennis number 3, Andy Martins, had to, Andy Murray even.
And we are back for another week of Best Team Man goodness from the Ozcast Network studios. I'm going to introduce the boys. Jared, Steve Walsh. How you going?
Yeah, I'm going all right. Steve Walsh. Why am I Steve?
Remember last week it was your inbox, your message name to the radio guy?
We've got more radio gold to play for you this round too. Hey, thanks to Connellina. They've been so busy over the past few weeks because of all of the finals coming up. They have an amazing place called Brighton Trophy Centre. Con got in touch when I lost my hockey grand final. I don't know how he found out about it, but it was very kind of him to do that. They're on Twitter. I think Lena has an Instagram account which has no profile picture.
Okay.
So I think she's got a burner. Not sure what that's for. Obviously, Mind and Movement, Steve the Pirate, Slippery Fish. What's it called?
Shifty Lizard. Slippery Fish.
That's Enrique, the Brazilian striker who used to play for Adelaide United in Brisbane Roar. They called him the Slippery Fish.
Why'd they call him that?
Don't ask. And don't ask why Odd Sock Mob are called Odd Sock Mob either, but thank you to Odd Sock Mob.
Yes.
Geez, what a weird start. Hey, I'm shutting up. Hey, Andy.
Hi, guys. How you going? Good. All right. Speaking of Brighton Trophy Centre, I'm going to take my daughter to ballet classes.
That was surprise ballet classes.
Yeah,
hey?
Panache Ballet School up at Blackwood.
Oh, with Danny.
Yeah, Danny. So Popey's wife, who... they get all their trophies and medals done down at Brighton Trophy Centre.
They're on the plaque.
They are, yep, and that they are constant listeners. They have it running during the ballet classes, actually.
Yeah, we just had our farewell like a couple of weeks ago. Myself and Rosie from the Angry Italian podcast. Or whatever. What's it called?
Okay, now I'm hungry.
Okay, now I'm hungry.
Have a go.
Yeah, and that was an interesting night. Like you had. It was pretty cool, pretty cool event. Andy and I got the scooters and we rode on the scooters from Hindley Street down to...
I saw those videos.
Yeah. Like skids in the scooters and I'm freaking out. He had to get a helmet remade for his massive head.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. So the scooters you're talking about are the orange ones you hire, right?
Yeah.
And when we put the helmets on, they look like, I don't know, what would you compare it as? Like me putting that water
mini
bottle
ice
on
cream
my head.
container.
Yeah. It was like putting a tiny condom on your head.
Yeah.
That was pretty much the helmet, right?
It's
right.
true. It was just a story of my life anyway.
Did you see? What about that kid we saw today? And he was he had a milk crate on it, and he was sitting down.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And it was like a weird experience. I'd never done it before, but you had done it, and it was nice. The farewell was pretty cool. It was nice to see people we haven't seen in a while. It was nice to have a bit of closure.
It was also good to see Nova include you in their most respected employees too.
Oh man, you didn't see that, did you?
No, I did. I'm in it as well.
Yeah.
I've got it written down to talk about it because they're all mainly the employees that got either made redundant or has left in the last 12 months.
So this is an Instagram post on @Nova919. It was like best workmates, and basically everybody that was made redundant or has left, their names are there. But I'm trying to I don't think anyone's done that locally.
No, it would have been done in Sydney. For sure.
So unless they've had a look at a former employee's thing to rub a bit of salt in the wounds, it's so weird.
Yeah.
So the farewell with those former employees and stuff was good. We didn't really talk about like the work because I respect that they're still in the business and the culture of that business that I don't want to say anything.
I did. I went hard.
Yeah, you went hard. Yeah, you did that for me. Yeah.
I was like, what would Jared want me to do? That's it. I'd go hard.
Yeah, Andy saw the guy that replaced Andy when he left. Basically, when Andy was leaving, he's like, they just looked at each other and you can tell they exactly both knew what was going on. But it was pretty nice. So I went home at like 9:30.
Yeah.
And that's late because it was pretty rare back in the day you would come out unless you were doing a gig and I was with you or whatever.
Yeah.
But good on you.
Yeah, it's actually nice because but I didn't really want to go because I've got friends that I see anyway, like you, Andy.
Such a weird party event thing because especially when it's a double redundancy.
Because you're going to have people come up to you and Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Shut
but
up.
I was the one that wanted to say, oh, I'm sorry, because I know that how full on it's going to be for the next 12 months. But then seeing like Popey and stuff is great because we're going to see him socially as friends anyway. So it was I feel like I've got a lot of wisdom. So this is what I quickly want to share with you before we find out while Matt's walking like he's got a stick up his asshole. So I've been doing a lot of self-discovery over these past, not just couple of weeks, but it's a couple of years ever since I went on that breakfast show, which broke me.
I would have thought maybe even back in Melbourne when you're doing that drive show.
That was okay, but I don't think I was old enough to understand what was going on then and didn't have enough life experience, which is a weird thing, but you learn about life experience.
Yeah, I sort of think of it as like a big block of ice slowly chipping away until you get to the middle bit when you get made redundant right at the end. Yeah,
pretty much. It was like just a big relief now. I'm looking back over it, and everything's easy to say in hindsight, so that's why you take what I say. I'm trying to be as genuine as possible. But the past couple of years, especially last year, it was just horrific. Like it was, oh man, I don't even like talking about it. But what I've learned is I'm listening to a lot more things as a listener, like a normal person. I don't feel guilty enjoying listening to other things now. I'm not listening to much radio. I'm listening to a lot of podcasts, a lot of digital radio because there's a lot more choices. And I feel that like listening to podcasts and living the life of how a lot of normal people live now will arm me with the tools and the education that if I ever step back into radio, I'll know how people are living their lives instead of being in that bubble where it's like, this is the most important thing in the world.
It's like almost like a Truman Show. You're just in this
pretty
world.
much, man. Yeah. So two things I've noticed, and I want to do this because I think we've got a really good podcast where we have a good balance of fun. We have booze team in when we're a bit more loose. Each round, I want to teach you boys something with wisdom with Walshy. Okay,
that's nice.
So this is your homework. The past couple of weeks, I've listened to a lot of podcasts about resilience, and I listened to a guy by the name of Ben Crow yesterday, who was responsible for helping Richmond do their big turnaround at the end of 2016. Richmond's a football's a sport, Andy.
Oh, okay.
He was like
Dustin Fletcher.
Yeah, Dustin Fletcher.
Jared Crouch.
Yes. Exactly. There you go.
Tony Modra.
Crouching Dragon, Hidden Penis. Yeah, that's
no, I played that. Sorry, what?
He was amazing speaking about vulnerability and actually understanding who you are as a person. So I don't expect you guys to give me an answer now, but today or at some stage, I'm not taking the piss here. I want you to have a think about who you are as a person, and that is your vulnerabilities, who you are as a person, your fears, and actually like looking at yourself and going, who am I? What do I stand for? Not many people get the opportunity to do that because we all think, who should I be? Who do people want me to be? You look at advertising now. Advertising used to be promoting products, which it still has an idea of doing it. But the way that advertising and social media works now is let's tell you what you're shit at and how this product can help you not be shit at it. So that's one. The other one was listening to a coach, Coach K, who coaches the Duke basketball side over in America. He's 70 now and he's been there forever. He coached Team USA, and he taught about the difference between tradition and culture. And he said, you can't get success by leaning on tradition the whole time, but you can if you've got a good culture. So what I'm saying is don't always focus about, I'm going to do what I've always done because it works. You need to evolve with the time. So this 70-year-old dude now has a TikTok account, an Instagram account, not because he wants to be a creep or anything, but he wants to find a way to go, my message has stayed the same, but the way I communicate it is different. I know it's very deep, but they're two things that I want you to both go away and think about, and our listeners as well. Who are you? What your vulnerabilities are, and the way that you communicate now and moving forward.
Yes, Mr. Walsh.
Some people aren't good at it. Some people
no.
just have, very...
If I said that to you and it just randomly, right, we were in a group space, if I said, hey, mate, tell me who you are, a lot of us, we straight away think, okay, so what answers do they want to hear? What do they want to hear instead of having a confronting conversation? And like, I feel lucky that I can talk about mental health and anxiety, and I'm a pretty open person, but that's a difficult thing to be. Like, to actually be open and go, this is me, this is where I'm vulnerable, this is my fear.
Yeah.
No one realizes how powerful that is to connect with other people.
Yeah, I remember in my early 20s, and I was like, I need to work out how to be a good person. Like, I remember that conversation in my head, and then I'd spent the last, 15 years trying to work that out.
Some people will never get there.
No. And, like, I'm pretty grounded these days, probably because of the amount of kids I've got sort of holds me down.
Kids, yeah.
A lot of kids. But it's a pretty big thing. Yeah, like, there's a lot of people around us that have no fucking idea who they are, and they're just out of control, don't know what's going on, aren't in control. That's
and there's people that listen to us that aren't lucky enough to see their friends once a week.
Yeah.
You know, like you live, we're lucky because we come here and do this, but I think that our podcast is great because we can connect with people and come and have fun as a group of mates talking, but we should have that layer of our friendship here as well to go, hey, let's talk about, we spoke about drugs a couple of weeks ago. Like, we shouldn't limit ourselves to going, hey, we're just a funny podcast that ranks high on the basketball charts in Poland or something.
Oh, you just ruined my podcast chat update. Thank you.
We'll get to that. But so I want to bring a bit of wisdom that I've learned each round so I can bring it on to you guys to have a think about. You can take what you want from it. But the more I think we learn about ourselves as human beings and how to get better, it's funny. Once you listen to some of this stuff, you reflect on poor leaders that you've had in the past or poor managers or people that you've gone far out. They just need to realize who they are and they'll probably be more proud and have a better value system.
Do you remember when I left Nova? I was like, he's a fucking gaslighter. Like,
yeah, you did.
Because, like, I spent weeks.
Not me.
No.
He pointed at you.
We're referring to poor managers, right?
Yeah.
Like, because I had literally worked out what this person operates like, and it literally saved so much anxiety and mental health issues that were going to come out of it.
Yeah,
because I could understand what this person actually was operating like.
Exactly.
May or may not have known that that's how that person operated. But as soon as I worked that out, like, holy shit, it made life so much easier and better.
Yeah. So one of my vulnerabilities and things was, as a lot of men go through, is losing your hair. I actually just went head shaver shopping with Maddie.
Yeah.
Before we came here, it was.
cute.
We had a text message conversation about it. I haven't had a good run with text message conversations lately because I tried to say faster pasta to my missus the other night and I accidentally wrote Fanta pasta.
Well,
I actually screenshotted that. I was going to talk about that.
that's better than what my when I tried to write Oddscast.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what it turned into.
Show us.
Oh, the porn one, Arscast.
No, you can say that.
I mean, in one of the arcades, we have to go through to get to AIDS ass.
Funnily enough, no. Oh my god. Funnily enough, that was in the top 10 names for Ozcast originally when we were coming up with the names.
AIDS ass. Welcome to the AIDS ass network.
I'm at a pretty good spot now where I can comfortably talk about being bald.
Well, we spoke about that, didn't we, when we went shaver shopping? That you become more accepting of it yourself as you get older.
Yeah, you do. And look, whether it's because you're in a relationship or not, I think the more you understand and appreciate yourself, if you can't do that, then other people won't. However, losing your hair is fucked. And it's not like this part of it isn't fucked now. The whole process of losing your hair, you go like, I remember when I was at the hairdresser and the hairdresser I was at was like, oh mate, you're getting pretty thin at the front. I was 19. I never went to that hairdresser again, ever.
I was going to say, when you became a Casanova at Nova and you had that mullety thing going on and a cap, was that when it started?
I was of the knowledge I had thin hair then. That's how they referred it to. Your hair's thinning.
Yeah.
But I reckon I just liked having that horrible hairstyle, which was weird. I had this long mullety thing, which was weird. I've always loved wearing hats, no matter what. Yeah. I reckon I've just always loved that.
You were a trucker cap fiend back then.
Yeah, just loved them. But then you get to a point where I've gone to America in 2005 and I'm going on a roller coaster and they take a photo of you right at the point of the roller coaster. My arms are in the air and you can see all of my head, like my hair gone back and just a patch at the front, which is really thin. I'm like, fuck. So I remember where I was in 2008 where I'm like, no, I need to shave my head. But you go through this horrible process of, wait a sec, bald men are ugly. Like you think that and you go, I'm not going to brush my hair because hair might fall out. I'm going to tap my hair with a towel just in case it doesn't fall out. There's nothing you can do about it. Like there is now, if you, you can be medicated for it, but you've got to have that medication for the rest of your life and you get titties as a guy. But it's the whole idea of losing your hair is not enjoyable. And there's nothing worse than your so-called mates pointing it out. I took it really personally when your mates like look at you and go, oh, you're going bald. I remember my dad once called me baldy on Christmas Day when we were playing cricket.
Is that when you stopped talking to him?
That was pretty much the point. I started bowling bouncers at him with a cricket ball. Like it fucked me off so much, and he got angry.
Wow.
And that was his way of trying to be funny. And then other guys who are going, oh, I'm not far off, and you look at him and you go, you're 60, you've got a full head of hair. Fuck off, mate. You are definitely far off.
Yeah.
So that's why I love like training and exercising so much as well, because I'm like, well, you could be bald or fat. You can't be both, and I've got a choice in one of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's a hard thing to go through, isn't it?
It is. It's tough. And like I said, the older you get, I think the more accepting of it yourself you get. So
you look at some footy players that haven't shaved their heads yet, and I look at them and I go, I just want to put my arm around them and go, you know what? You're going to love the fact when you shave your head. It's awesome.
Change your life.
Like it's...
You're going to save fucking $100 every month if you go to a hairdresser.
That's exactly
You're
right.
like, fuck.
I know. It's exactly
and
right.
product and all that sort of shit. I mean, I'm assuming that you moisturize your head, but it wouldn't be...
I put body butter on my head.
Hot.
Thanks. Yeah. But it's cool, man. Like I'm at the point where I'm accepting of it, but I encourage people, if we have listeners who are losing their hair and they're at a point where they're like, I've just got to make a decision or not. No one actually gives a fuck what you do with your life or what you do with your head.
And if they do, then they're not worth having in your life. So.
But the anxiety, is built up within yourself, but it's also what society puts on. It's what social media portrays. There's different things you can do now. Like if you are extremely self-conscious about it, you can, if it's really important to you, then fine, make your own choices. But it's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, apparently, you know kombucha.
Yeah.
You know it's like a mushroomy thing that they put, the round thing that they grow inside of a bottle of kombucha, like in the big vats.
Oh yeah.
So actually, I can't think of what it's called. It's some weird name. That's what helps the fermentation of kombucha, right? It's some fucking mushroomy thing. Apparently, if you put that on your head, it helps grow actual hair.
Yeah, see, I don't buy that.
No, neither do I. So, thought I'd bet you anyway, guys.
Andy's got a new business he wants to start.
I love how Andy's got a full head of hair and he's just trying to chime in with bald talk.
I am thinning in certain places, which I don't like to talk about, and also my head.
Oh.
Yeah.
I reckon I was kind of like, there's a lot of guys that have a bald spot at the back of their head, but they're full at the front.
Yeah.
So it kind of looks good, but then you see the back of them, like, I reckon I lost my hair the way that I wanted. Like from the front, it started thinning and then just shaved it all off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I look up on the internet bald men fashion to see what looks good for bald men.
Yeah. I know, how to dress as a bald man.
Yeah,
and then photos of The Rock come up.
Is there much difference? Or is it just bald men in clothing?
No, there is certain things that you're probably right.
It's not that different.
It's like you're emceeing and people say you always want to wear a hat. I'm like, so for a couple of reasons. First of all, I like hats.
Yeah.
I don't want my head to get burnt. When you're out there. And I think sometimes I look better in hats if I'm wearing sports stuff. I'm sure you're the same with DJing, man. Yeah. It's the same. It's also it's a horrible wanky thing to say.
It's a brand. Okay. It's an image.
Okay, you said it. Great. Yeah.
No, it is.
Thank you. Yeah.
I love your brands.
Thanks.
Thank you.
No worries.
What's your brand?
Big dick.
No. I love how quickly you said that.
I don't know why I came up with that so quick.
Oh, my God.
Speaking of big dicks, back pain. Maddie's here to talk about back pain today, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually been in some strife with my back, unfortunately. So you might have seen me walk in here a little bit like a duck.
Yeah.
You've been adjusting yourself in the seat like you're wanting to fly.
Yeah,
that's right.
You did a shit in the corner of the room.
Oh, so that was a bit of a signal that...
No. Well, if you remember a few rounds ago, I spoke about how I put new flooring down at my house.
Oh, yeah.
And how I am not a tradie.
Sorry, this is Andy. Andy was just off mic. He's like, you know how I spoke about a house? And he's going... Yeah.
Yeah, mate.
So my lower back pulled up really, really sore. Like really sore. And I didn't think a lot of it. And it was only a few days before I had to fly out to Port Douglas. So Sore back, flew out on a 3-hour flight.
No time to see Steve the Pirate.
No time to see Steve the Pirate. And got into Cairns and literally had just seized up. And went to a doctor yesterday and he's come back and said that I've got a herniated disc in my L5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's some...
That sounds pretty fucked.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what it all means, but it's pressing up against the nerve. I've had a numb left foot for about 10 days now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And some
Far out.
shooting pain through my bum. And
Oh, so things are well?
yeah.
So what's wrong with you?
Yeah, so that's nothing.
That's actually got nothing to do with the actual spinal injury. That was just what happened at Port Douglas.
Honeymoon. Those bloody crocodiles.
Oh, Port Douglas is your nickname for your backside.
That's right. Exactly, yes. So yeah, I've been in a bit of trouble and had an MRI scan and I get the results of that tomorrow. So it should be good.
Gosh, man, and that's horrible. Like the back is, and they say like you get the back's a horrible injury, brain injuries as well with concussion. We saw with Brad Ebert from Port a couple of weeks ago. You can't stuff around with that stuff.
No,
you've had a bad back heaps of times.
Yeah, it turns out it causes back pain, hips going out of placement.
Okay, yep.
Worst fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
Because you walk like you're a pimp.
Yeah.
Like off to the side, like,
With
hey
an
man,
old
what's
school
up?
limp.
Yeah, with a limp. But it would happen when I was at Nova because I'd be sitting in the production seat, I don't know, 8 hours straight or whatever, with maybe a couple of toilet breaks whenever Jared wanted to go.
Yeah.
Not listening. Okay, matey. no worries, mate. On your phone, mate. No worries. I'll get you back.
I love how every round we call Matty out for being on his phone. We're boring you.
All right, that's it for this week. No. Yeah, and what would happen is because I'm sitting in this chair like for a lot of hours every day.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like I was comfortable. I was always
Uncomfortable.
No, because I was always like
You're in pain.
eyes wide open.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Like a lot of work, so I'm having to do shit all the time.
Overwhelmed.
So, overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Embarrassed. I don't know.
I know, we're just saying words again.
Yeah, we are. Thong. Anyway.
I could tell as well because Andy was either, what up, bro? Or I'd go and he's like, hey. And I'd try and high five it. No, don't.
Yeah, I'll be walking down the hallway at Nova and someone would give me a bloody footy
I'd hit him on the arc.
It doesn't matter. You could have something sore and someone will always find a way to hit it.
Yeah, it'll be the only time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not when I want it.
What do you guys find about when other dudes flick you in the dick?
What?
Like, so, you know, you're talking about the arse taps. You know how guys growing up, you're
no,
like,
we used to do that all the time at Nova.
Yeah, you used to, but it's not a good thing. And I went to a winery last week and there was a guy who, like, I'll talk more about it in Booze Team Men, but he thought that was appropriate, like the only thing to do. But as you said, like, it's those things which actually really hurt.
That's one of those, like, passing cool things at the time.
Yeah.
I don't
Doesn't
think
stay cool for long.
No, it doesn't. It gets hot. No, because it hurts your dick.
No, it does hurt your dick. So we can talk more about that in Booze Team Men.
I'll tell you the one bad thing about being injured and sore in Port Douglas.
Yeah.
I went to a doctor there,
Yeah.
and I'm convinced that she got her accreditation via TAFE.
God.
Because it was the most pointless thing. So if you get injured up in Port Douglas, don't go to the doctor because it's a waste of money.
Okay, so how long have you been working for the Port Douglas Tourism Association?
Yeah.
South Australia's got some really good tourism. So I had the dick touching experience in a winery I'll talk about on Booze Team Men. You've had a winery experience recently, Andos?
Yeah, so I'm not going to name it because there's some theft that happened during the time that I was there.
Oh, God.
And it's for good reason as well. Have any of you blokes paid for fucking cakeage before?
Oh,
What's cakeage?
So you
So
take a cake and they charge you to cut it and plate it up.
Now, before I start this story, this winery / food place didn't sell cakes or anything like that at all. But we rang ahead and said, look, it's for a birthday.
Yeah.
It's for a 30th or 31st, whatever she was. We're bringing a cake. Is that cool? Yeah, no worries. We roll up there on the day. There was 16 people, including kids, right? Maybe 6 kids. They take the cake away. They come back, all cut up. They're like, oh, yes, we've also cut cake for the kids as well. The kids are never going to eat this cake. It's fucking crazy cake, right? It wasn't an ice cream cake, Freddo cake, whatever.
I love ice cream cake. It's
How
my
good are
favourite ice
cakes?
cream.
Yeah, I'll
So
probably get
good.
one
I can
again.
eat a whole ice cream cake.
Next week, I'll bring one in.
Yeah, Viennetta as well. How good's Viennetta?
Oh, yes.
God, I love
You know, like tap it like a fucking brulee
Get up in the middle of the
thingy.
night and eat chocolate. Yeah.
Anyway, So then it comes to the end of the day. They come with the what do you call it? The fucking payment slip.
Yep.
Receipt.
The bill.
The bill.
Yeah. You're struggling with words
Payment
today.
slip.
Yeah, the payment slip. And I've gone back and I'm like, hey, why is there like fucking $58 worth of cake each year? And they're like, well, it's because they get the calculator out, right? They're like, I'm in Thailand trying to work out the fucking English price. They're like, well, if you do this mathematically, you fucking get this price.
Now, what you're telling me is you got Sunnies, but there's no DVDs behind that curtain back there.
Pretty sure there's DVDs.
I'm going to another place. No, sir, you're right. We've got every DVD.
So they've explained about the cakeage, right? I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. Like, if I bring a cake, go, straight up, just go $20. You guys can have cake here. No worries. Happy days. But this is like 50 something bucks. And then I've gone back to the table and go, guys, pay 50 something bucks for this fucking cake to be cut. Like, we brought the cake, we purchased it, we drove it all the way down there. We ate the cake. Yeah. We celebrated with the cake. They fucking cut it. That's all they did, and gave us paper plates.
Yeah. Oh, paper plates.
Yeah, fuck them.
Well, I would have thought the cutting, or what you call it, cuttage, or whatever.
Yeah, cakeage.
Cakeage. Yeah. I would have thought that's fee for using, like proper plates and cutlery, and then charging to wash. And
they're like, Andy, fuck you. You bring your cake in here.
You can't have your cake and eat it too.
Oh, there we go, there, boy.
I was thinking I was waiting for a moment to say you can't have your cake and cut it too.
Oh, no, that would have been good.
That would have been fine. You have your moment. Yeah, no worries.
Anyway, so we stole 2 of their wine glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, and they're really good as well.
Oh, really?
They're our favourite. You know how we
Are they branded?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, good. So you on a tight ass weekend to Yasmin, you're like, I want to go to insert winery's name here. Yeah, and you're in the backyard with the wine glasses.
Well, remember when I spoke to you about early in the relationship when we were out shopping for something random and she came across these wine glasses and there was 2 wine glasses, but they were $50 each.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this is very expensive wine glasses, but we're still in the honeymoon period. Yeah, we'll get them. and they're huge, right? So we always use them, but they're too expensive to drink out of, right? I'm always freaking out I'm going to break it. So now we've got these nice branded wine glasses.
Beautiful.
Not as good as the Booze Team men from Brighton Trophy Centre, though. These are immaculate glasses.
They are. Thank you very much, Con and Lena. We'll get some ads. We don't have the ads in front of us, but Con and Lena from Brighton Trophy Centre, you know what the deal is. We're going to catch up with Con soon.
We do, actually. Yeah, absolutely. We haven't...
Anyway, so
have a drink.
So anyway, guys, I stole these wine glasses for the cakes.
You did very well. Okay, now let's do the athlete or porn star. Andos, we need an update after that about the charting for where we're at, and you on our Twitter account that you found something.
Oh yeah.
Then we'll play some audio. Go, Matty.
Okay, sport or porn star.
All right,
Andy,
ready to roll.
Chris Strokes.
Porn. Tick. Yeah.
Coco Crisp.
Ooh.
I feel like it's an American sports star.
Yeah, baseballer.
Really?
Yep.
You're doing well, bro.
Yeah, thank you. Is it a male or female?
Male.
Okay, all right.
Hey, give yourself another.
No, well, I asked the question.
Yeah.
So
Matt got it right.
Dick Trickle.
Oh, that's definitely a porn star.
NASCAR driver.
What?
Oh, wow.
Dick Trickle. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Woody Johnson.
Oh, this could go either way, couldn't it?
Oh,
I'm going to go porn star.
There's a guy who used to coach the Adelaide Lightning. His name was Richard Dickel, so his name is Dick Dickel.
Where would you go with that when you met him? Oh, yeah, cool. Okay.
I'm Steve. I'm Lyndon.
Was I right?
What'd you say?
I don't know. What Woody, porn star.
Yes, Woody Johnson's a porn star.
Yes.
Tommy Gunn.
Oh, yeah. I love his work.
Doesn't he do beards? Shaves people's faces or something?
Oh, it is a barber market.
Yeah. I'm just going to go sports star.
He is. He plays college basketball.
No, Tommy Gunn is a porn star.
He's also a basketballer.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. Okay.
Good job, Andy.
Thank you.
Great job, Andy. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Now, give us a chart update, please.
Oh, yeah. All right. So chart update. Here we go.
Are more people listening to our podcast?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they are.
Okay.
Yeah, well, the graph is constantly going upwards.
Great.
So happy days for that. Charting positions, we are currently... Oh, here we go. We've gone up 27 spots to 97, so we're in the top 100
Yes.
of Australian podcasts in the basketball category.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I love that.
Oh, shit.
Unfortunately, one of our episodes, that's the Maddie the Tradie one with the dodgy Gumtree story about the phones. Remember
Yes,
that?
yes,
a few
yes.
weeks back. Gone down 64 spots, down to 230.
Oh, sliding.
No, that's all right. No, the actual podcast is doing great. We're in the top 100 of the basketball ones in Australia.
Awesome. If people want to
I
buy
love
merchandise,
If you want to buy some merchandise, hit up ozcastnetwork.com or just Google it.
okay, we are on social media at Best Team Men on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. What's our Facebook and Instagram?
Facebook.com/Best Team Men. And now you're obviously across the Twitter, being the.
No, I'm not. I don't do the Twitter.
No?
No, what? Oh, Andy's back.
Okay.
Oh, I think his computer was dying.
1%.
No, that's okay. You're totally fine.
take your time.
No, it's good to have you back. So, yeah, the Twitter's going well at the moment. We seem to get a bit of abuse from some of our loyal members and fans, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Andy stumbled across our Twitter and wanted to bring that up because he hasn't been on it for a while.
Yeah, 3 weeks I haven't signed in for, and I signed in, and then realised that Jared had said...
Wait, Jared?
Yeah, I mean, sorry, Best Team Men. Actually, no, one of my highlights of the Best Team Men Twitter was Jamie Manson saying, on the wines tonight, Best Team Men. And Best Team Men writes back, listen, Marilyn, we love you. And I was like, Marilyn Monroe, well done. Well done. Whoever does the Twitter.
What? Wait a sec. Stop.
Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, fuck yeah, whatever. Manson. Yeah. No, it's because I was looking at something else. Yeah. Yeah, so how's that? How we going, boys? You guys all right? Hey? Gee, I really fucked that one up, didn't I, guys?
Yeah, well done. You said it so confident.
Yeah,
I was like, have I missed something here?
Yeah, I was like, why are you guys quiet? You guys wrote it. No, but if you didn't know, like, I'm moving forward.
You're padding. He's so padding. While you're looking for that, do you want me to play some audio?
No, I've got it here. I'm just getting the tweet up so I can show you guys. So there was a tweet that went out from Best Team Men that said, ask Andy, right? And it was a picture
Yeah.
of a Wish ad.
Oh, yeah.
And and it was a picture of a kid under 18 using some weird looking sort of accordion type thing hanging off his knob end that fills up a cup. And I'm assuming that's where you travel with a kid and they've got a Wii, so you have this accordion thing that just gets weed into. Anyway, got me thinking... I don't know if you know this, but I also have a website that sells baby products and things for kids. I'm going to sell it on there.
Are you really?
Yeah, I'm going to put it on there because, like, I have the exact same suppliers that Wish do, and I can get it no worries at all from China.
I thought you were talking about the other thing we shared, which was
Oh,
apparently
the light.
the light, which wasn't a light, but it was an adult toy.
Oh, no, I sell plenty there too.
Let's put some people on the plaque before we wrap up and play some radio audio. Consec and Kid, you are on the plaque. Thanks for listening. Brighton Trophy Centre.
Yep.
Who are you putting on the plaque, Andos?
I'm going to put on Steve Frasca, who bought a T-shirt the other day, and then turns out is also Steve the Pirate. I just found out.
Who's already on the plaque. Hey, thanks for buying a
he's on there
T-shirt.
twice.
But on the plaque, do we have Steve the Pirate? Or
Steve the Pirate.
Okay, so is Steve Frasca also going to be sitting in there as well?
we can probably
So he
chuck
can
both
be
on.
double timing on there?
Yeah, no, that's good. And thanks for buying the merch as well, Steve. We very much appreciate that. Who's
Yeah.
on the plaque, Matty?
I'm going to put a guy by the name of Gavin. Now, I'm not sure of his last name. Didn't ask him. He was the concierge at the Peppers Beach Club, which I stayed at in Port Douglas.
Great.
And you know how they say the first impression of your like admin staff and all that sort of stuff is
Yeah.
very important. So
Yes.
this guy was great. He was probably 65, I reckon.
Yeah.
And he was so happy and just so full of energy and life. And he came up and we were like, oh, my wife was trying to make small talk with him. Oh, the weather's so beautiful up here. He goes, yes, it doesn't rain up here. It pours. He's just and he loved it. It was the best joke he reckons he's ever told. And he was just, he made our experience really good there. So I'm chucking Gavin on the plaque.
Thank you very much, Con. We appreciate you making the plaque for us at some stage. You just need to align up those name tags the right way.
Yeah, give him the names.
What about, I put such a fear through Con because Con did some work with Nova last week to do a little trophy for a fish and chip shop or something.
Oh, what a waste of money.
Well,
should be investing in other things.
Well, he organised that, and I messaged him and said, "Oh, mate, that's a bit awkward." And he felt so bad. He's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't think he realised that he was doing stuff with them." I'm like, "Mate, I don't care, man. Just do great things, Con. And he's great. Get the brand out there." Radio, audio. This is what people are starting to ask for, and they loved it last round too. So the one I want to play for you first is to give you some context. In radio, there's a dump button, right? And once you press the dump button, it deletes pretty much the last 7 seconds of what went to air. Is it 7 or 8? One of those things.
Yeah, it depends on what it's being set at.
Yeah, so I want to play for you a little grab which I found from the old breakfast show on Nova, which Dylan Lewis and Shane Lowe were on. But Shane says something, but at the end, you can hear the producer in the background because it's funny because this producer had a very distinct voice, but the way he says dump that is very, very funny.
We are back tomorrow with...
I'm nervous.
We're going to be a wreck tomorrow morning.
Dump that.
It was so disappointed,
disappointed. And that was like just before 9 o'clock on the show.
Weird sentence. Dumping is an art.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
When I would be paneling Fitzy, Claire and Jules back in the day, I would... Because there was a lot of the time where communication was a bit of an issue, where at the start of a break, the producer would tell one of the guys to say this particular thing at the end of the sentence, at the end of the talk break. So it could be a forward sell, could be what to say going to the song or whatever.
Yep.
But they would often forget it or fuck it up or say the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So I would be sitting there ready to dump, and then you would have to work out when to hit
That's a clean dump.
Yeah, clean dump. So you'd have to work out when to hit the promo or the ad that's coming in after it, or the song where it kicks in to make sure it was seamless on air. But behind the scenes, it's like chaos because someone's fucked up. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a very difficult thing to do. And we all try to do the clean dump because when you're doing talkback, you just got to do the dirty dump, which you just press it straight away, which is full on, which is where probably a radio station should have done the dirty dump because the audio I want to play for you now is from a footy call. So this is when the guy I used to work with, Rowie, got a caller on after the game. This is a very long time ago. What I want you to listen to here is the way that this whole conversation set up. There was a bit of back and forth, but how quickly the co-host wanted to move on to the next topic. So it's like, Andy, you and I having an argument, blah, 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 blah. All right, next caller. Great. Have a listen to how awkward the end is.
He was about finals, and that free in the last 5 minutes, Rowie. What about the frees Tippett got? They were titchy-touchy too. And even the great Malcolm Blight said on TV it was there.
Well,
Neil Craig and their coaching staff, they lost it in the third quarter.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Yes, they did. No, they didn't.
They did so. Look, Craigy's record in finals is shit house, and you know it.
Oh, go and put your head up, you bum, you big bloody bullfed idiot. Don't start that on me, you craphead.
8223 our number.
Jerk off.
Part of the post-match review for North Point Toyota.
Oh, Bone. Was that Chris McDermott?
Yeah. It was so funny. The last one I want to play for you is what radio was allowing us to do a long time ago. And this is basically instead of just going, that was a song, coming up a song, and now here's a song, Nova. We could just have a bit of fun conversations with our callers, have a bit of personality. But somehow I got a caller talking about incest to air, which I led.
Nova 919. I'm going to play for you Empire of the Sun Standing on the Shore in a sec. How was your weekend, Deb?
Very, very good. Very entertaining.
Why entertaining?
Oh, just a few Days of Our Life sort of episodes going on.
Well, let's hope not, because in Days of Our Lives, people marry their brothers, uncles, sisters, mothers. Like, they're all incestuous.
I know. Well, there was not much incest stuff going on up here, but yeah. Days of Our Lives were more Jerry Springer, I'll say that instead.
No, don't say that, because there's even more incest in that, dude.
Probably.
Yeah. So, that went to
and
air.
also little people.
Yeah. Every round we are going to bring more radio stuff and gold. Oh, it's been another good round, boys. How you all feeling?
Yeah, good. Very good. I'm ready for another episode, really.
Should we all go running?
No.
You can't because of your L7.
5.
Yeah.
All right, boys.
Oh, he's Con and his son Sam. Sam is the one that produced this song.
Okay.
Tom. It's fucking Tom. Oh, my God. Tom is the one that produced this song. Here we go, Tommy.
Brought to you by the Brighton Trophy Centre. Cups, trophy, badges, medals. Yeah, we do it better. Best team, man. BTC, BTM, BTS. Yeah. Best team, man. Oh, yeah. Sweet. Okay.